lost, but you knew where to find me. I was hungry, your bread for my soul. I was thirsty, and you gave me living water. You're my shelter when I had a place to go. That's why sometimes I just want to praise you. Sometimes just to speak your name. Sometimes I just want to thank you. Without asking you for a thing. Sometimes I lift my hands to you. Sometimes all I do is cry. Every day that I live, I hope to you. Lord, and Calvary's the reason why. When I think of the love He has given, Lord, and I think of the price you paid for me, then the trials of this world seem just like nothing. When they are compared to the Calvary, that's why sometimes I just want to praise you. Sometimes just to speak your name. And sometimes I just
It's certainly a privilege and a blessing to be in our sanctuary this morning to do this little service. We invite you to be with us, that your soul might be uplifted and blessed. We love you and we ask you to be with us this morning, and we ask our church family, our friends, all to be with us. We love you, and we're not able to see one another, but we're certainly blessed to be able to be together in spirit and in truth. So now, be with us, and we will certainly be thankful that you're here with us in spirit. We love you, and may the Lord bless us as we go along in the service this morning. Our souls might be all drawn closer to the Lord. At this time, we'll be favored with a solo by Sister Karen, "The Shepherd of My Valley." I would like you to really listen to the words of this song this morning, and I know it will bless your soul like it always blessed mine.
What would I do without Jesus, the shepherd of my valley? Lord, I just couldn't walk this road alone. When I'm hungry, He feeds me. When I'm thirsty, He's my water. I couldn't make it without Jesus. What would I do? When I need someone to talk to, He's always there to listen. When arms fall without me, He wraps me in His bosom. What could I do without Jesus, the shepherd of my valley? I couldn't make it without Jesus. What could I do? When my tears flow like a river, and my burdens are high as mountains, and when the ones I've counted on have let me down, that's when I go to Jesus. He's the one that I can count on. I couldn't make it without Jesus. What would I do? When I need someone to talk to, He's always there to listen. When arms fall without me, He wraps me in His bosom. What would I do without Jesus, the shepherd of my valley? I couldn't make it without Jesus. What would I do? I couldn't make it without Jesus. What would I do?
I have a poem I'd like to read. I'm sure it'll be very encouraging to each one. You know, we all have problems. We all been going through some different times, and we always go through. And I think this poem will be a blessing to you. storms bring out the eagles. I said to myself, as threatening clouds hover, don't fold up your wings and run for cover, but like the eagles spread wide your wings and soar far above the trouble life brings. For the eagles know that the higher he flies, the more tranquil and brighter become the skies. There is nothing in life God ever asks us to bear that we can't soar above on the wings of prayer. And in looking back over the storm you passed through, you'll find you gain strength and new courage too. For in facing life's storms with an eagle's wings, you can fly far above earth's small petty things.
Amen.
It's true, there's nothing that prayer can't do.
Amen.
Our God is able to do all. We'll have a solo at this time by Sister Hyacinth. In the valley, he restoreth my soul.
When I am low in the spirit, I cry, Lord, lift me up, for I want to grow higher in thee. For the Lord knows I can't stay on the mountain. So he picked out a valley for me. Jesus leads me beside still waters. Somewhere in the valley below, and he drew me aside to be tested and tried. In the valley he restored my soul. As dark as a dungeon where the sun seldom shines, I question, Lord, why must this be? He told me there's joy in my sorrow, and there's victory in each trial for me. Jesus leads me beside still waters. Somewhere in the valley below, and he drew me aside to be tested and tried. In the valley he restored my soul. In the valley he restored my soul.
He restores your soul. This morning, I just have a simple message. You know, I don't think it's the time for complicated ones. I think it's a time when we want to think about love and grace and mercy and protection and care. Those things mean a lot to us right now.
Amen.
And I believe each and every one of us realize that God is where we get every one of those things.
Yes.
Mercy, love, guidance, comfort, Comfort is one of the greatest ones. Have you ever felt down? You know, we might as well admit it. Every one of us going through these days we're going through. There have been days that we didn't feel real up. You know, I always like to level with things in life. And there's times we haven't always been feeling on the mountaintop. But I'll tell you what, the Lord is there. He knows every feeling I have. He knows every feeling you have. And He cares. Yes, and the Lord knows that He is there to see us through, and that He will comfort, He will strengthen us, He will be with us. And I chose the Psalm, the real familiar Psalm. The Lord is my shepherd. You know, that Psalm is a very comforting Psalm. It's just a short Psalm, and we nearly all know it by heart. But I wonder if we sit down sometime and read each verse and take in what each verse is saying to us. And if we do, our souls are blessed. They are uplifted. David wrote that psalm. He was a shepherd boy. He knew all about being a shepherd, and he knew all about the sheep. Jesus is our shepherd. We are the sheep, and He cares for every one of us. And that is so comforting this morning, to know that He cares for each and every one of us. No matter what our problems might be, He is there for us. And as I read it, I know it by heart, but I'm going to read it. As I read it, let us think of each verse that's in that psalm. And I know that when we feel down, after we read that psalm, we're uplifted. That is what the scriptures, that's what they're for. To uplift us, to encourage us, to keep us on the right track, to keep us going. Yes, and to guide us and direct us in the right way. And this is a beautiful psalm. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still water. He restoreth my soul. Have you had your soul restored? Many a time we need our soul restored. Yes, He's the one that will do that. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for His name's sake. And we all come to these places. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For Thou art with me, Thy rod and Thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Yes, the Lord is comfort to our souls. When we need comfort, when we need strength, when we need courage, When we need grace to press the battle on, He's there to give it to us. His supply is never ending. It's always there for us. We just have to reach out to Him and receive it. There's no need for anybody to get too down or to get too discouraged, because He is there to give us courage and grace and strength to go on. Comfort. You know, when people lose their family, they need a lot of comfort. When they have a hard illness, that they're down, ill, you know, it's not easy to be sick and down. It's not. But He is there to see us through, to heal us, to strengthen us, to bless us. He restoreth our soul. Yes, every day we get a fresh restoring of His love and His grace and His mercy. Every morning He's faithful to us. When we get out of our beds, He has kept us through the night that's past and gone. We're up and alive and can do something for ourselves and other people. He restoreth our soul. He be with us. He see us through. Blessings galore. You know, we don't got nothing to complain about, you know. We all complain when we're ready, but we don't have nothing to complain about. He is with us to restore us, to strengthen us. If we not got much food, you know, the old Caymanian people had to pray for their meals every day. We don't have to do that anymore, but I tell you what, if we do, we can do it and we can receive it, because they received it. They had the faith that He would feed them. He would see them through. So, you know, in today's world, what we're going through with this virus, maybe people think we're not going to have food and all. The Lord will see that we have something to eat. He will restore, He will bless, He will keep. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for Thou art with me, Thy rod and Thy staff, they comfort me. It is nothing in life that's going to happen to us that God can't be with us and see us through. We have to believe. We have to trust in Him and lean on Him and know that He'll bring us through every valley. We all go through valleys. There are different kinds. There are disappointments. There's sickness. There are many other valleys, and financial valleys, many things we go through. Yes, and trials and temptations and burdens. Many things we go through in life. But He can see us through everyone. He can see us through every valley. Storms of life. They hit sometimes when you don't think they're going to hit. You know, this thing hit us all when we didn't think it was going to hit. Did we think this year would be like this? We didn't think so. We didn't know. God knew. He knows everything. And He's there for us to see us through it. And He will. We can depend on that He will see us through. All of this, He will see us through. All these storms of life. People have storms with children. Children that's disobedient. Children that will not do what they're supposed to do in life. All of that. Husbands and wives that don't make it, that have problems. All of these things are storms. You ever heard about more breakups, more problems, storms of life that come on people? And let me tell you, God is there. If they turn to Him, He will see them through, and He will bring them out victoriously. If they reject Him and they don't turn to Him, He can't help them. But if they turn to Him, He will help each and everyone through whatever they have to go through. And you know, He didn't tell us that life was going to be a bed of roses, but He told us He would never leave us nor forsake us, but He would be with us, He would strengthen us, He would renew our strength, and He would see us through. And He is there to do just that. The Lord is my shepherd. Say whatever your name is. I'll say, the Lord is Virginia's shepherd. Whatever your name might be, you say, He is your shepherd. And make it personal. Make it real personal this morning. That He is your shepherd. And that He can see you through every valley, every storm, every disappointment, every sickness, everything. He is there for us. It is a beautiful song. Now we come to another point I have. He never fails us. We fail Him at times, but He never fails us. He is the unfailing God. He never fails us. We can always depend on Him and know that He will see us through no matter what comes to us in life. He is there to see us through. And I will say a few words on the life of Joseph. I bring Joseph for an example to show how God can see us through and never fail us and is there for us. You know, anytime you take up the Bible and you read the story of Joseph, you have to be blessed, you have to be strengthened, you have to realize that God is there to see us through, that He will never fail us. Joseph was Jacob's favorite son. Yes, Rachel was his mother. And he was the favorite son of Jacob. And Jacob altogether had 12 sons, with Benjamin the youngest one. And those brothers became very jealous of Joseph. You know, that's one thing in the world that's bad. Jealousy. People jealous of one another in church and out of church and different places. It caused all kind of terrible things to happen between people. Jealousy. God don't like it. We're not supposed to be jealous of one another. And they were jealous of Joseph. And Joseph had dreams of where their shield bowed to his. And we see that Joseph told them these dreams, and they became more jealous. And I'm not going to read it all, it'd take too long. But how they would, he thought that they would be bowing to him. You listen? So anyway, it came along where Joseph's father Jacob sent him to see what was happening to them as they was out looking for the sheep and all that. And Joseph went. Their jealousy, their meanness. They took Joseph and they put him in a pit. They sold him to merchants from slavery, and he ended up in Potiphar's house in Egypt, and he became such a wonderful, honest worker to Potiphar that he put everything in his hands, and Joseph was completely a wonderful worker that he could depend on and know, because Joseph had God with him. Don't let me forget to tell you that. God was with Joseph. And if he's with you, you're on the winning side. Amen. He was with Joseph. And what happened in the household, the lies that his wife told on Joseph was horrible, awful. And you would think, well, this is the going down with Joseph. Anyhow, he was put in prison. He was there for a while. He was put in prison. And he was so good in the prison that the prison keeper put so many things into his hands and thought so much of Joseph. You know, when people live right and they got God with them and they got a good spirit about them, you know, everybody will gravitate to them because they're such a good person. It's easy to be with people that's good, you know, that God is with, that they got good ways, and they're loving and they're honest and all these things. So Joseph was all that he was. So they thought so much of him in the prison. And anyhow, Joseph got out of prison. And then he was brought to Pharaoh. And I'm reading it now. I hope I'm remembering it exactly right, because it takes too long to read it all. But anyhow, he was put, Pharaoh, he told him the dream that it would be plaguing, then it would be a famine and all that. And do you know that Pharaoh, I'm going to read just 2 verses. Pharaoh put Joseph in charge, ruler over Egypt. Only him was above Joseph. He put him to rule and to take care of everything. Do you know where Joseph came from? He was bought as a slave. He was in prison. And now he was ruler over Egypt. Who could do that but God? Only God could do that. But Joseph was a man of God. And he stayed with his God. And his God stayed with him. That's how we have to make it through. If we stay with God, he's going to stay with us. If we don't stay with him, we can't expect anything. No. And this is the reading. And thou shalt be over my house. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, verse 39 to 41, and chapter 41. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, for as much as God has shown thee all this, there is none so discreet and wise as thou art. Thou shalt be over my house, and according unto thy word shall all my people be ruled. Only in the throne will I be greater than thou. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, see, I have set thee over all the land of Egypt. That is victory. He lived to receive victory. Yes. that his brothers came back to him for food. And he brought his people, his father and all his family back to Egypt to feed them because a famine was on. So he saved all their lives. Besides coming through it victorious, he fed them and he saved them, or they would have starved to death. So we see if we serve God, we can expect big returns from it. He is not going to let us down. He is not going to fail us. He is going to be with us, and he's going to see us through all the way. So, just like Joseph, may the Lord help us to be faithful and to be worthy of his love and his care. He never fails. He never fails us. And let us remember the 23rd Psalm. The Lord is my shepherd, and read it verse by verse that he is your shepherd, and you'll feel it deep in your soul, and you will receive the comfort, the strength, the grace that you need to see you through to the very end. It may be those that listen today. I hope everybody listen, because I love everybody. Love all the Caymanian people, born or not born. Love all the Caymanian people. And the Lord, I pray his blessings on you and on Cayman. But if somebody's listening, and you haven't made that all-important decision to serve the true and the living God, he is there for you. He is seeing you now with eyes of love. He's looking down in mercy and love. And you know that he died on Calvary's rugged cross. And he suffered shame and pain and suffering, that whosoever will could come to him and be saved. Think about it. Our world isn't getting too much better. We need to serve God. If we want to make it to heaven, to that better land, to live in peace and bliss and happiness forever, we need to seek him. So if you haven't seek the Lord yet, I would admonish him. Please turn to him and look to him and give your heart to him, and you'll find a life that you will love, and you will find no regrets in it, and in the end, heaven. May the Lord bless each and every one. Love you all.
Have a source of strength when I am weak, that takes me through when life is pressing me. I have a source of power from above.
pray that everyone listen to the service and that your soul might be blessed and uplifted, not by me, but by God. He is who will do every bit of work that's done, not the person that do it. I'll read Psalm 61. Hear my cry, O God. Attend unto my prayer. From the end of the earth will I cry unto thee. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. For thou hast been a shelter for me and a strong tower from the enemy. I will abide in thy tabernacle forever. I will trust in the cover of thy wings. For thou, O God, hast heard my vows. Thou hast given me the heritage of those that fear thy name. Thou wilt prolong the king's life, and his years as many generations. He shall abide before God forever. O prepare mercy and truth, which may preserve him. So will I sing praise unto thy name forever and ever, that I may daily perform my vows. Let us pray. Dear precious Heavenly Father, as we bow this morning before your throne of grace and mercy, thanking you, Lord, for your saving, keeping grace, your mercies, your blessings bestowed upon us daily, Lord. We ask you to help us to love you more, to serve you better, Lord, to love others, to pray for others, that some other souls too might come to know you. We ask you, Lord, to continue to keep us in your care. Remember the problem that we have in our hands. Lord, it's only you, Lord, that can take it away. We ask you, Lord, to look down in your mercy and help this virus to go away, Lord, and that the people might be free, Lord, to live their lives again. Bless our government. We thank you for them. Bless our governor. Bless our premier and our legislators all. Keep them all in your care. Help them all to look to you for wisdom and knowledge and understanding, that we'll know what to do. So bless us now. Keep us all and help us, that, Lord, it mightn't be too long when we can all gather in the sanctuary and praise you and sing and pray and praise you with all our hearts. Thank you for all that you're going to do and for all that you have done. In Jesus' precious, most holy, wonderful name we ask.